Hello and welcome to the post-match show of the match between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. Sunrisers Hyderabad scored 228 and Kolkata Knight Riders ended up scoring 205 for 7. So Sunrisers Hyderabad actually gets their second win in IPL 2023. And joining me, I have my co-host Rohan Chaudhary and my guests Avik Chaudhary and Atreya Mukhopadhyay.
Hi.
We have a new guest in Avik.
Hi, hi.
So since we have a new
Uh,
guest, generally when you have a new person, you rag that person. So instead of ragging, I will straight away ask him a question. Avik, how good was Harry Brooks?
It was a fantastic innings. I guess what he planned to execute, I think it was to the perfect. And to some extent, I think the execution of the bowlers of KKR was not correct this match in this match because in the previous match, I guess Varun Chakravarti did a fantastic job, and with him there was Sunil Narayan and Suraj. But in this match, keeping aside Sunil Narayan's over, all other bowlers were very expensive. I think they were not they were not hitting the right areas or pitching the ball in the right areas, which helped Harry Brook to score freely.
And none of the other than Russell's 3 wicket and Varun Chakravarti's one, none of the bowlers performed. Everyone overall it was a very, I would say, a poor bowling as well as drop catches also. So KKR batters did, I would say, did well, scoring 205, but the run was such that it was way too much, I guess. So your thoughts on KKR's bowling?
Let me first welcome Obik to the show because I have seen Obik
Thank
play
you.
and I'm a fantastic admirer of what he
Thank you.
did. And Obik was a fantastic player for Bengal. And well, coming back to today's match, I think KKR's strongest point is their bowling, and which let them down to a severe extent in today's play. And their spinners, although they were comparatively less expensive than their faster bowlers, but they didn't click. And conceding 220 plus was always going to be a disadvantage, and that is how it panned out. Although their batting did probably did exceed my expectations.
Uh, Avik, we have to talk about Mayank Agarwal's form. I mean, it has been a concern for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Actually, yeah, his form is a bit of concern, but he did well in the domestic season. He was pretty much in a good form. I think he was the top or the second highest run scorer in Ranji Trophy, but it's a different format, and T20 is a different format. But I thought that he will carry his that confidence from the domestic cricket to this IPL season, but somehow he's not clicking, or somehow his rhythm is not he's not getting his rhythm back. Just like Surya Kumar Yadav, he is also struggling. He is a very good T20 player. We all know that, and he doesn't feel like this time he is failing a lot. So same thing is happening with Mayank Agarwal also. He's also a consistent IPL player. He almost score around 300 to 400 runs in every IPL season, but this time he's struggling. Maybe it's been only, I think, 4 5 matches. So in the later part of the IPL season, I think he will get back to his rhythm. I think, and it will be a very booster for the Sunrisers Hyderabad if he starts scoring run.
Okay. Well, Trisha, Abhishek Sharma came in place of Vashi Sundar, right?
yeah, in the team, yes, in the
Yeah,
playing 11.
yeah, yeah. But also coming to you on Abhishek Sharma's performance, 32 of 17, was that an important note? Because KKR kind of reached 200 plus, but that 17 plus 32 made the
That smile. Atra is coming up with some cheeky answer.
yes, Abhishek.
No, nothing cheeky about it. It was very, very obvious about it that when Abhishek Sharma came out to bat, there was still a chance for KKR to get back into the match. But that's when uh, uh, Shardul Thakur dropped that catch, and had they, it was around 129, 130 for three.
Hmm.
Had they taken 2 wickets, had it been 140 for five, it would have been say a total of 180 or thereabouts. But that drop catch changed the match according to my mind. I mean, that Shardul Thakur dropping Harry Brook in that over. And yes, obviously, I mean, Abhishek Sharma made a telling effect. He was the shots he played, the how quickly he scored his runs. That
Hmm.
made a big difference in between a total of say 190, 180, and 220 plus. So that was a huge innings. Yes.
Abhi,
Exactly, because
sorry,
yeah,
please.
yeah, I was just telling that probably we wouldn't have talked about Abhishek Sharma's knock if this was a big win, but KKR reached 205. So that difference, Abhishek Sharma's knock, I think, was important. Yes, Trisha.
Uh, we have to talk about the three South Africans because we always knew that when the three South Africans joined Sunrisers Hyderabad, they were going to become much better. I think the correct word would be a much more balanced squad. But all three performing and coming together, Marco Janssen taking two crucial wickets, and Klassen 16 runs of 6 balls. Markram also scored his 50 of 26 balls. Talk to me about the three South Africans' effect on the Sunrisers team. Sorry.
Yeah, obviously, but I feel Klassen is a proper T20 player. I think Makram he's a good test batsman also. He's a good one day batsman also, and he played today the way a T20. I think a T20 innings should someone play, but I think Klassen is a perfect T20 player, and Marco Jansen, I saw him, like I started following his his career when India toured South Africa and he debuted, I think, against India in the Test matches. I exactly don't know, but he was so impressive, and he actually, his advantage is his height, and he used it to his like today also he was pitching the ball in the right areas, and he was getting that extra bounce which other bowlers don't get generally. The dismissals of mainly Sunil Narayan was because of that extra bounce he got. So he was very clinical with, actually there. What Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Macro Johnson did initially, there the Knight Rider bowlers failed. I think Lockie Ferguson and also Umesh Yadav, they didn't bowl the right areas and didn't hit the right areas. That's where Harry Brook got some easy scoring opportunities, I guess. And initially, like Venkatesh Iyer or that Gurbaz, they struggled a bit initially because of the correct areas. Mainly Macro Johnson and Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowled.
Okay. Well, also coming to this question to both Abhi and Atru, that KKR's batting, though if one fails but the other has performed, Gurbaz did not perform, Venkatesh Iyer did not perform, but Nitish Rana, Rinku Singh again a great knock. So are you satisfied with KKR's batting as a whole going forward? Because if one fails, the other performs. So what are your thoughts on KKR's batting?
See, I thought it was going to be an innings defeat. Okay, because KKR's batting is quite horrible, and I didn't expect them to come this close. They exceeded my expectations by far, and once from 20 for three, from 20 for three to go up to 205 was quite something, and they kept things alive from a statistical point of view, but not from a practical point of view. They were always going to lose it, and that's because they today their bowling underperformed. And
Yes.
I always think that the bowling unit of the KKR is better than their batting unit. And today, in that aspect, they failed, and that catch drop that could have made a difference. Could have made a difference of 30 runs. And when you look back at the game now, you know how significant or crucial those 30 runs could have been. And when we are talking about Marco Jansen, let me also tell you that we have with us somebody called Avik Chaudhary, who is
I think there is some internet issues.
Yeah.
Trisha, you want to take the question?
Uh, Avik, we were talking about Andrew Russell not bowling because he's
Hmm.
not performing with the bat. So when he's not bowling, kind of becomes a very one-dimensional player. But probably, we discussed this in the pre-show that he's injury prone, and maybe KKR was trying to do the workload management. But what do you like? Atra is back, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Akshay, would you like to continue with the answer?
Answer what?
You were saying
No,
something
that
about Marco Janssen and Avik. So I thought, some anecdote
Marco
was coming.
Jansen and Avik are both similar in the sense that Avik was also uh, a decent batter who could bowl as well. And Marco Jansen is, I wouldn't say they are exactly the same, but they are similar. They are similar. And another thing I would like to say that I did not expect KKR to win three matches in succession. They are not a team like that. So they came close, which is lost by a fairly respectable margin, and they must also get rid of Andre Russell.
That was the question I was going at. Atra wasn't there, but he read my mind. Telepathy going on. That's how he wore the red T-shirt as well. Anyway, the question that I was actually asking Avik is, Andrew Russell is so injury prone. He bowls in one match, that to 2.1 overs, and he's gone. He doesn't score runs. How do you see? And this is for both of you. How do you see his future in the team?
Actually, Andrew Russell is an impact player. He actually he creates a psychological factor to the opposition. Always, even if he is not scoring for like 4 5 matches or 5 6 matches, still his presence in the field or in the 11 is itself a factor because everyone knows what he is capable of, what he can pulls off. Everyone knows that. So that is a factor, and I think KKR is a little bit heavily dependent on him. I think maybe they are they are relying too much on him. Maybe that's why today also they thought that initially he was not bowling, but he was only they were depending only on his batting and he was not performing, so they thought that maybe if he bowls and if he contributes it will give him a little bit of confidence while batting. But today also he struggled, but I still feel that he is an impact player, and the impact he creates for the opposition teams, it's because last match also if you see against RCV, he got out in the first ball, and the celebration when Virat Kohli took the catch and the celebration the whole team was doing, that itself shows that what important how important what that wicket was. That is the impact he creates against all the teams. So I think maybe in the later stage of the game, just like Mayank Agarwal, if he comes to his rhythm, I think it will be a big advantage for KKR because only bearing Nitish Rana and Rinku Singh are a little consistent now, and one if and the most important thing I wanted to mention is that if if a team needs to win, I think the top order, some like between 1 to 3, 1 2 or 3, someone has to, like in last match also when uh, Rinku Singh scored that 30 runs in 1 over in the last over. In that match, Grubas I think scored a 60 or something, or 60 or something. Today also Harry Brooks scored 100. So the top order, one, 2 or 3, between these three, someone has to score a big run or have to give a good start so that the later part of the batsman finish the game well. So I think they are depending on Russell, and I think if he performs in the later part of the later stage of the IPL, I think it will be a big advantage for KKR.
Okay.
Atro, your take on this?
My take on this is that Andre Russell should be replaced by somebody else. They have Liton Das, they have Jason Roy, and he should be replaced by one of them because uh, he took 2 wickets in the first over. We all know. But if you look at the kind of balls he was bowling, I mean, they were all down the leg side and all that. He was straight. He was lucky that he didn't concede more runs. And after bowling 3 overs, he got out twice. I mean, he went out twice. So it's time to replace him with somebody else. And I think KKR is relying too much on his past records. I agree with Avik that he is an impact player. I mean, when he connects on his day, he will give you 90 runs of 30 balls, something like that. But that is not happening, and there are no signs that is going to happen. So for KKR to have the best of their four foreign players, I think they have to bench Russell for a few matches. I'm not saying discard him forever. Bench him for a few matches, let him get fit, and then come back. And I completely agree with Afik that the KKR's top order has to fire, and which has not. I mean, only Rahmatullah Gurbaz from the top three or top four has scored a bit of runs. Others have not. And that is the biggest worry for this KKR side. Their top order doesn't fire at all. And as long as that is going to, and when and on a day when their bowling doesn't fire at all, then they are gone.
Curtains.
Exactly. And Atro actually took my next question, but I would ask it to
Atro
Avik.
has
Do
a
you
habit
see,
of doing this, taking our questions. What is this, Atro? This is unfair.
but Avik, do you see in the next game Jason Roy coming in?
Yeah, there is a possibility. There is a big possibility. I think they should try. If Jason Roy is also a very good T20 and a one day batsman, and he is an opener. So I think they should try him, and if he clicks, it will be a great as advantage for KKR also. And the most important thing Atroda has mentioned earlier, and everyone knows that KKR's advantage is the bowling, mainly Narayan and Varun Chakraborty. They are the two main strike bowlers. Around them, the others support them. They are the main strike bowlers. So, if you go back a little in 2012 when KKR became the champions, the 7 or 8 matches they played in the home in gardens, it was there was Sunil Narayan, there was Sakibul Hasan, and there was, I think, Piyush. I am not sure, right? But
Iqbal Abdullah.
they relied
Iqbal Abdullah.
who yes, right, Abdullah. So it was actually that time Gautam Gambhir was the captain of KKR, and he knew that if he has to win, he has to depend on the spinners, and so he kind of created the surface, the wicket in gardens, where it assisted the spinners a little bit, which helped them. I think in the previous match also against RCB, in the later part when RCB was batting, Varun Chakraborty and Sunil Narayan was getting a little bit of help. So and Suhas Sharma also. So I think in today's match the wicket was a little. I think it was a little flat. It was coming to the bat. I think they should take the advantage. They should take the advantage when you have spinners like Varun Chakraborty and Sunil Narayan, who if they get a little bit of help from the wicket, they are very difficult to score. So I think KKR in the home conditions, they should take a little bit advantage of the wicket and uh, play to their like if the spinners do well, they will perform. They will do well. So I think they should think like that. If they needs to like reach the top four, they should take the home condition, the home advantage.
Yes, Trisha.
Absolutely. Well, Avik says that KKR should take advantage of the home conditions and get their spinners into play. Atro says it's time to stop being over dependent on Russell. Maybe bench him for a few matches. Get in your other foreign players like Jason Roy, Liton Das. But tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is a big day because obviously
Yes,
it's
please,
big
please.
day for us. It's Poila Boishak, our
Yeah.
Happy New Year. And the other point is tomorrow is Saturday. So which basically means that it's a double header day. Achha, how much fun is it when it's a double header day?
Not
Fun
a
and
lot of
hectic
fun.
also.
I knew I knew the answer would be no, it's not too much fun.
It's
But
a
on
bit
a more
hectic.
serious note, it's weekend, and we will have double headers obviously tomorrow as well as on Sunday. The first match is the Reds, Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Delhi Capitals, and then we
Can be
move on
open
to
that.
Tunde Kebabs, that is Lucknow Super Giants versus Punjab Kings. And before you witness all this, today Rohan, Shubhayan, myself, and Shopnil went and enjoyed a delicious Poila Boishak lunch, which we have recorded to make you guys feel a little bad about not having that exotic lunch. So do keep watching Rev Sports. So for the weekends, Rohan has actually got off, and teeing off with Rev Sports will be on the weekdays from Monday to Friday. So tomorrow we begin with well, as usual, we begin with an article, and then we move on to the Poila Boishak celebrations. Then we will have matchups, pre-show, post-show. So you keep logging on to Rev Sports every single day, every single time, and as much as you can, because you will be missing some very good shows, articles, features if you do not log in. Thank you, gentlemen, for
And tomorrow,
this.
early morning, I'll be going to Maidan for the Bar Puja.
Okay, so we want some story from there as well, because for people like us who can't go in the sense we don't want to go that early in the morning. We want pictures and videos, please. And thank you, gentlemen, for joining us for the post show.
Thank you.
We will
Thank
see
you.
you again tomorrow. Atroda, tomorrow maybe we will wear some other color, or maybe it's RCB, so we will keep wearing red. What do you think?
There are three, so I'll probably wear a fourth color. We have three, and I'll probably wear a fourth color.
Done. So Atroda doing something special because it's Poila Boishak. You guys just keep calm, go off to sleep, and meet us again tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Good
Thank you.
night.